Let's take a look at some of the news reports that have come out over the last couple of days since Trump's tariff war with China and the rest of the world. Volvo to cut up to 800 jobs as Trump's tariff bites. Mack Truck announced layoffs at Lehigh Valley plant, blames tariffs. This is in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania voted for Trump. They did not vote for Kamala Harris. We'll see how that plays out. Shein and Temu say they're going to raise their prices as Trump eliminates de minimis import loophole, whatever that means. I guess that's how Shein and Temu is able to sell you some things that are like $2, $3 because of this loophole. Since that loophole has been eliminated, they're going to go up to Walmart prices. And because I'm in Alabama, I'm going to use Alabama as an example because a lot of countries, to include China, are targeting red states. Here's what you need to know about what's going on with China and Alabama. China is Alabama's third biggest trade partner. The state's business exported $4.1 billion in goods there last year, according to Alabama Department of Commerce. NBC News is reporting that China could target the U.S. services sector by restricting American cooperation with Chinese companies. Alabama's goods and services exports to China supported 15,010 American jobs in 2022. Top products exports to China include chemicals, vehicles, pulp and paperboard products, resins and synthetic fibers, and aerospace products and parts. Alabama businesses also export ocean freight and port services, education services, equipment installation, and some credit-related services. This is going to destroy Alabama's economy. But you voted for it. Germany is also in on the action, and words matter. And I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about in a minute. A German car executive told the outlet that many companies are still trying to figure out how tariffs would be applied, even as American-made cars would be subject with foreign car parts. Is a part an engine, or is it each screw in the engine? One was quoted as saying, companies are trying to figure out where each component is coming from, which can be time-consuming because of supply chains. Automakers are also attempting to avoid any long-term production moves as there is still much uncertainty about the direction of tariff policies. When Bill Clinton was being impeached and he was on trial for lying under oath about the Lewinsky scandal, that was a joke that was going around because apparently Bill Clinton had said, well, it all depends on what the definition of is. It was a funny question, but it was true because words matter. When you say engine, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the components that make the engine? Or are you talking about the engine block? What's an engine? And the people that Trump has put around him don't understand how much words matter. So when they just throw words out there, they're just blurting stuff out there, people are like, okay, well, you got to explain what you've just explained. They can't explain it. So there's uncertainty out there. And because of that, the stock market was down 500 points on Friday. Now, the stock market has been down since Trump took office, but here is the dip on Liberation Day. Right above the dollar sign symbol, that's Liberation Day. That's April 2nd. That's the stock market since April 2nd. And this is going to be bad for everybody involved. Everybody is going to restrict. First of all, you put a hold for 90 days, which, okay, it's fine. But you also increase the tariffs from, let's say, I think it was around 2% to 10% across the board. But with China, you guys are going back and forth, and now you're in the hundreds. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter what's going on right now because nobody is going to spend money. They're going to go back to COVID level spending. Everybody's just going to go out and get necessities. I know that we're doing this Target strike and nobody's really shopping at Target, and Target has lost a lot of money since that ban, but it's not just going to be Target. Every company now is going to suffer. You think Target is going through what they're going through because people are boycotting them for DEI? People are going to really stop shopping at Target once they've gotten all their necessities. And let's just say, hey, I'm boycotting Target. I'm going to go to Walmart or whatever and buy my products. Even Walmart is going to experience a significant drop in their profits because people are going to stop shopping. Inventory is going to stop coming in because most of our stuff comes from Vietnam and South Korea and China. You put tariffs on all of them. So when that stuff stops coming, the stores are going to be stocked with less. They're going to try to charge more. They're going to try to charge more anyway because of the tariff, but because also there's a restriction on what's there, they got to raise the price. So people are not going to shop. That's just in the 90 days. What happens after the 90 days? Then I got one more thing for you. Here's what's going to make it more difficult. China says they're not just going to talk tariffs when you want to negotiate. they're going to also want to know, where do we stand on Taiwan? China say, fuck all this. We don't care about just the money. We want Taiwan too. If you give up Taiwan, what is that going to say about Ukraine and all our other partners, all our other small partners? You can't give up Taiwan. You can't give up protecting Taiwan, because if you do, it's going to make us look weak. So now you got to negotiate and keep Taiwan. But China say, fuck that. We're going to do the tariff thing, but include Taiwan. You done screwed yourself. MAGA, what do you think?